In this video, we're going to talk about how you can improve your pronunciation quickly and permanently. And at the end of this video, I'll give you a link to a web page that links to a lot of free pronunciation exercises. Let's start by talking about a very frustrating problem. Suppose I currently mispronounce this word. Suppose I say program instead of program. I want to fix this mistake, so I learn the right pronunciation and I repeat it over and over. Program, program, program. Now here's the problem. Because I have mispronounced this word for so long, the incorrect pronunciation has become a habit. And because of that, I can only say the word correctly if I pay attention to my pronunciation. If I don't pay attention, I will revert back to the old habit. So how can I solve this problem? Well, the answer is I have to increase the number of repetitions. Imagine that right now inside my brain, there are two memories associated with the word program. One of them is old, the other is new. The old memory represents the wrong pronunciation, the bad habit. The new one represents the right pronunciation that I've just learned. So these are memories of how to coordinate the muscles in my tongue, lips, and other parts to say the word program. The reason that I mispronounce this word if I don't pay attention is that the old memory is much stronger. If I want to break this old habit, I have to repeat the right pronunciation many times. Every time I do that, the new memory gets stronger and the old memory gets weaker. I repeat, the old memory doesn't stay the same, it actually gets weaker. This phenomenon is called retrieval-induced forgetting. It happens when there are two or more memories competing with each other. It's a phenomenon where retrieving one memory makes us forget other memories. This is why you have to be careful when fixing a mistake. If you accidentally repeat the mistake, it'll strengthen the old habit and weaken the correction that you're trying to make, making the problem worse. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. You have to repeat, and repeat. Now this sounds good in theory, but in practice, there's a huge problem with repetition. So what's the problem with repetition? Well, it takes a tremendous amount of time. Fixing just one mistake requires a lot of repetition. Who has time for that? After all, you probably have a lot of mistakes to eliminate. So what can you do? Fortunately, there's a technique that you can use to speed up the process, and that is exaggeration. Going back to our previous example, suppose I pronounce this word as program. That's incorrect because the R sound is missing. If I want to fix this mistake quickly, I will exaggerate the R sound. Program, program, program. Here's another example. Let's say I pronounce this word as banana. This is incorrect because I don't stress the second syllable. So to fix this, I will stress the second syllable real hard. Banana, banana. Now this sounds silly, but you will not believe how much faster your pronunciation will improve when you exaggerate. But how does this technique help you improve your pronunciation faster? Well, one of the reasons that we mispronounce words is that we replace certain sounds with other sounds that are easier to say. So a non-native speaker might pronounce this word as taught instead of thought. We also tend to ignore certain sounds, so we might pronounce this word as horse instead of horse. This is because the brain is lazy. It had the tendency to pronounce words in the easiest way possible. But when you exaggerate, you're telling your lazy brain that the sounds being exaggerated are important. You're basically telling your brain, hey, these sounds are important. Do not ignore them. So when you speak normally, you will sound much clearer. But that's not all. When you exaggerate, you're strengthening the muscles involved in speaking, especially your tongue muscles. This is a huge benefit because if those muscles are strong, you will speak much clearer. So to summarize, there are 2 things you can do to quickly and permanently improve your pronunciation. Number 1, you can use repetition to break bad speaking habits and replace them with good ones. Number 2, you can speed up the process by exaggerating everything that should be exaggerated.